Happy Bookmas! Today we're going to talk about an unusual stack of books, at least unusual for me to talk about anyway, but not unusual in the realm of books. So let's get started. All right, readers, I have been thinking about gifts a lot lately, as you can imagine, because we're coming down to the wire of the day in which we need to be prepared to give away our gifts to our family and friends and people that we work with. And today I was thinking about new videos for this week because I have been a little challenged just a little bit last week with videos. And so I wanted to try to get ahead this week as well. And I thought about a gift for a friend of mine, which made me think about a potential gift for you to give. It is late in the season, but really this is a gift for you to get for yourself, because I have to say, having done this for myself, has been a really great experience. Some of these are lesser used than others, but I am, of course, always open to, to spending more time in here. So this may be a little unlikely for what you thought perhaps would be here, but we're going to talk about them. So the first one is, and there a lot of them are, coloring books. So this is Color Me Calm. It says it's a national bestseller. I believe that that's probably true. And this one is a Zen coloring book. And what makes it Zen is they divide it into different categories, which is very nice. There's an introduction at the beginning. Oh, I'm so terrible at this. There's an introduction about coloring and how it can help you. And these are often mandalas or mandalas, if that's how you pronounce it. You know, I have trouble with that. And then, of course, you have all these ways of coloring them in with all different kinds of colors. This is just gorgeous. The spine is also colored by category for these chapters, so it's easy for you to find them. And they are a little complex. These are not the ones that I let my grandkids color. Well, my older one could do, but the younger ones, they would have a little bit more difficulty, I think, with these. But I love this one, and I can't wait to get back to this. I use colored pencils, but you can also, some people use paintbrushes and watercolors and all kinds of stuff. Another one, bookish related, is they have these kinds as well, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And I got this from a friend of mine when it first came out. And this one is actually stuck in there. And I don't know where this came from, but obviously I colored it at some point. But this one, I have some that I haven't finished. And I have some that I have, but this one is just so pretty. Look, there's even one with a library. I'm just going to cover up my whole face when I do this because that makes me feel good. I love this. And there are quotes from Pride and Prejudice, which is also makes me happy. You can also color in, which I started to do, this flap, this end flap. This was published by Doubleday Books for Young Readers, and I just think this is delightful. This came out in 2016, but somebody gave me this for a gift. I think, and I can't remember who it was, but I love this one so very, very much. Another one I got for a gift, I think this was from my partner, is Outlander's coloring book, the official Outlander coloring book. This one, Diana Gabaldon has the rights to. This came out from Bantam Books, and again, it is just like the ones I was showing you. So scenes that are represented from the books, and some of them are pretty complex. Notice I'm not showing you the ones that I colored because I don't want to make you think that you need to use the same choices that I did. But I just love these. And there are, again, just little quotes from the story, and they're just beautiful. And I'm so very excited to get back to this one because it's been a while. I didn't do many pages in this one either. I also have a Holly Jolly Christmas one if you're looking for a gift, but also something for yourself at Christmas, an adult coloring book. This one is The Season of Joy and of Christmas. I have colored many more of these than the others for sure, because I usually pick this up every holiday season, and I try to color a few in before the season ends, and I'll be doing this next year too. Coloring is a very peaceful activity for me. And I don't have to finish them right away, as you can see. I just decide, how much I'm going to do. I love this one, All the Santas. And I think there's a hidden something in there somewhere, but they're so cute. So yeah, just discover like the joy of Christmas should you celebrate Christmas, as well as the joy of being at peace for a while with something that takes your head out of a number of other things and brings you into that creative space. So you move into your right brain for a bit, and it's very, very helpful, I think, to do that now and again. Now, the last one is not about coloring. This one is about lettering. And what made me think of this, two things. One, I'm looking at how I want my book journaling or something, bullet journaling, whatever I end up doing next year, how I want that to look and feel. And I bought this years ago, and I did not stick with it. Actually, I think a friend of mine bought this for me. I think it was my friend Heidi who got this for me. And I wanted it really, really much at that time. And I was really certain that I was going to do all this creative lettering, and I did not do so much. However, I still have my pages that I did at that time, and I can go back and look at them. I used to store them in here, but I don't anymore. The artists in this particular book are Gabri Joy Kirkendall, Laura Lavender, Julie Manwaring, and Shauna Lynn. Oh, I cannot pronounce this. Pansizin. But yeah, so this one is really about lettering, and I am not good at lettering. And there are so many different techniques and shapes and different things that you need to be aware of. And there's so many things you can make when you have a connection to lettering. It shows you how to make banners and borders, which is really great for those of you who, or for me certainly, who have a desire to make a book journal. And my book journal last year, see, there's a blank page for you to practice. My book journal last year was just not well done at all. And I also just really struggled to keep up with it. So this year I would like to do something new. And these are new things, right? And really come back to this book and see if I could spend some time with it, maybe once a month. I love these. And I am not what I would consider to be a practiced or careful artist. In fact, it's probably one of the things that I feel like I have the least skill around. Gratefully, I live with someone who's an artist and who went to art school. I also have a child who is very artistic and is able to do lettering and all those things. I think she got that from my mom, my cousins perhaps, but not from me. But I really love those because I feel like they just bring me again to a space of being present with my right brain, but also they give me joy if I do this right. If I can figure out how to do something and keep practicing, I think I get better at it. I know I do because I did when I was doing this years ago. So again, we have creative lettering and beyond. which actually was published by Walter Foster, I guess. Walter's who published it. I'm not actually sure. Then this one, Holly Jolly Christmas. And they have these a lot of times at, I don't know who published that one either. They have these a lot of times at bookstores. So, especially this time of year, Outlander, just so you don't forget what these are, Pride and Prejudice. I love those. And Color Me Calm, which I'm not kidding you. If you haven't ever done this, I'm not kidding when I say this will really take you out of a hectic situation. In fact, the reason I thought about these today was because some pretty rough things happened overnight, and I woke up to some really disturbing national news, and I was, I mean, I'm just grieving over some of the things that have happened overnight, and that happens a lot, right? Or we get news about friends or family or something. And so I realized that today I was going to spend some time with creative opportunities, especially tonight when I'm done working, because it's my last week of work. And I was going to do something that would really get me into that right brain, peaceful space. And this was it. So that's what reminded me to share this with you today. And I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you get something out of this. And maybe you already color. So let me know that too. And which one or ones of these books are your favorite. Any books that you have as a coloring book that you want to recommend. I have a couple others somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But one of them has a bad word in all of the drawings. And so I have hidden that one so my grandkids won't see it. I think it's in my closet, but there are just a ton of them out there. And so I really encourage you to take a look if you haven't already, and to recommend here in the comments below to me and to others who are here in this space which ones you really, really enjoyed. And if you'd like, which colored pencils you use. I'm using some old ones that I got that I've had forever. And I have, of course, a sharpener, but some of them are really old, and but I got them too at like a Michael's or Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that. So they're pretty prolifically out there, and you can order them, of course, online too. So hope you enjoy this, or if you're already coloring, hope you enjoy your coloring, and that it gives you a Zen space today or any day that you need it. And as always, in this case, happy coloring and happy reading. Bye.